We got different age groups, but fellas, if you ever been on that date, they get real nice at front. Before they ain't ate, they real popular, they real nice, they complimenting you. Thank you for coming to get me. I like your little outfit, it's cute. Did you get that from H&M? That's cute, that's nice. I'm gonna buy my cousin, that's nice. And then they eat, and when ladies, this is how you know, this is how you know they don't like you. When y'all eating, all you see is the top of their head. This is real good. Can we get some more shrimp and wine, please? Thank you. And they be talking to people, letting them know y'all not an item. No, this just my friend. No, how you doing? No, we friends. This is friends. No, this ain't, this just friends. Once they start to get full, they start to get irritated and answer your questions with word. You like the food? Yes. We so stupid. Yeah, I like to do. It's good. I eat it pretty often. I'm sure you do. So what you like to do? Everything. We so stupid. I like to do everything too. That's crazy. We got so much in common. We do. Right before me and my wife got married, though, we was talking to couples, and women, y'all always excited. Y'all excited for everyone to get married. Unless you've been married before, your response is different. You're like, I wish you the best. But if women in good relationship and they ain't been married, they're like, you get it right. Let me see the ring. Oh, that's so pretty. Well, what's the color? Oh, that's pretty, girl. I gotta hook you up with my flowers, yes. And we saw this older couple, and my wife and her hit it off, and I'm just sitting with the man, and older man just looking at me like I did something wrong to him. So my wife and the lady just walk off in the corner, start talking, and I'm sitting here with him. And I'm smiling. How you doing? How you doing? I'm good, man. Chilling, man. Excited about the wedding. Why you laughing? You find out. Okay. So you love her? Yeah, I love her. That's why you getting married, ain't it? Yeah. Like, why you keep laughing? You find out. And then it's like he started trying to give me signals. She's like, baby, you ready to go? Yeah, I'm ready to go. Hey, you'll find out. Let's go. And it's tough, man. It's tough in a relationship because you didn't know that a relationship, they said it was work, but you didn't know it was like slavery work. Like, you didn't know what type of work. Like, you get paid for some work, and other work you just by yourself. No paycheck, no nothing. Nobody awards or give you no reward. Both sides. No, it's not that bad. I think the frustrating thing about being married is just the debates, the arguments. You know what I mean? Because you ain't always on the same page, you know what I mean? And arguing with my wife sometimes is like, because I argue in periods. Resolve, period. Resolve, conclusion, period. My wife, she arguing comas and commas and run-on sentences. Like, arguing with her is like being in a maze. You think you out of it? Nope, you're not. You gotta go this way. I sometimes just apologize just for it to be over. Like, I'm sorry, it was me. Are you sorry? Are you really? Yes. Why exactly are you sorry? I'm like, I don't know, I was just trying to be done, man. That's why I'm saying, you don't care like I care. I do care. Well, why you don't tell me? I don't know. I don't know the rules. I don't know.
Tonight is the night.
Talent's on the move. Guys, have your tickets out.
What's going on, Boston? Welcome to Comedy Central, the half hour. Put your hands together for Michael J.
What's up, Boston? How you guys doing? Wow. This is crazy. I love Boston. This is the second time I've been to Boston in like the past month, and I love it because the first time I went to a place I'd never been before. It's called Southie. Yeah. It's a white ghetto. I've never seen a white ghetto in my life. It was amazing. I saw a white lady steal a bike. And she was wearing a helmet. It was amazing. It's the coolest thing I ever seen, man. This is cool because this is like a dream come true for me to do comedy, you know, for so many people, you know. I'm listening to Juicy a lot to get inspired. You listen to Biggie's Juicy? It's like the greatest song of inspiration ever, you know? It's weird though, it's not the same song as when I heard it when I was like 12. Because there's a line in there when he goes, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. That's like $300 worth of merchandise. It's not a lot of money, man. I've been dead broke my whole life and I've had a Sega Genesis. I didn't have a Super Nintendo, but I could picture it. It wasn't like... But it's fun though, it's good because it's, you know, like if I wasn't doing comedy, I don't know what I'd be doing, you know? I don't know what I'd be doing. It wouldn't be good. I would try to get a regular job. It's embarrassing, I have to like lie on my resume. You know how humiliating that is? You ever lie so bad on your resume that you can't believe you didn't get the job? You wanna go back to Foot Locker, like really Foot Locker? Who the you hire that has 8 years mayoral experience? And a degree in physics. Who is this amazing shoe salesman? I don't have a degree. I didn't even go to college. And I'm glad I didn't because I do this, so I don't have to go to college for this. And all of my friends that went to college are in crazy debt, like real debt. I got a friend that's $80,000 in debt with an English degree. I learned English for free. This is the first thing I learned. This is the first thing I learned. And I talk to this dude every day. I understand everything he's saying. He doesn't know a special kind of English. He doesn't talk like the Game of Thrones. It's just regular English. And you know what he does for a living? He teaches English. Because that's the only thing you can do with an English degree. It's a pyramid scheme. I do like doing comedy though because I gotta pay taxes. That's the worst part. That's the worst. You ever paid taxes? I never paid taxes before. It's an awful feeling. I've had taxes taken, but I've never paid taxes, and that's two totally different things. Because when you have taxes taken, you get a job every week, and they just take the taxes out of your check. They just take it. You don't get a choice. They just take it, and they keep taking it to the end of the year where they're like, hey, I think we might have took too much. Here's $500 back. Go buy yourself some sneakers or something. And you're like, thanks, government. We're going to Red Lobster tonight. This is amazing. I love tax time. When you pay taxes, it's totally different. When you pay taxes, they let you keep all of your money all year. And at the end, they say, you owe us 40%. Which is a lot for me because I don't know what I'm paying for. I've never dialed 911. I put out all my own fires. And I'm not saying I shouldn't have to pay any taxes, but I shouldn't have to pay as much as somebody that votes. Or actually, I don't vote because I don't know anything about politics. And honestly, I can't believe they would let me. Isn't that like an important job? Don't just let me pick the president, really? I don't gotta take a test. I don't need a license. You need a license to shampoo dogs in this country. But to let me pick the president, that seems safe to you? I don't know anything about politics. I've tried. I watch the news. Either I'm too stupid to understand the news or I feel like they're always lying to us, right? I was watching recently, this lady from the government gets on talking about the economy. She's like, we in a recession. We owe China $11 trillion. And I'm like, we? I don't owe China shit. You owe China $11 trillion. We owe Sprint $90.
Teamwork lights you up. With Asana, many hands coordinate across many different types of teams, keeping tiny tasks and big light bulb moments on track and on time, so your team can light up the world. Try Asana.
You must have been roaming. You treat kids weird, man. Let kids be kids. Like they were talking about kids are out of control for sexting each other. They're not out of control for sexting. They just have the technology to be as gross as we've always wished we were. When we were there, what'd you think he was gonna take pictures of with 8 megapixels of camera? Sunsets? No. He's 12, he's gonna take pictures of his dick. It's the most interesting thing he owns. It's not his fault. I'm sure there was people trying to sext in the 70s and 80s in their bathrooms with Polaroids and stamps. Wait till Cheryl sees this shit in 2 to 3 business days. Yeah, love it. People in the 20s trying to sext each other. Those cameras, like the box cameras with the with the black cloth. They pose for every picture like they was on money. All right, now watch the birdie. It's the world's oldest sexting joke. I like that I'm at the age that I'm at, man. I'm 30 now, which is a great age for me. I'm glad that you're excited about that. That's good. More 30-year-olds aren't. I asked a lady in her 30s how old she was. She was like, 22. I was like, really? Well, you look horrible. What's the benefit of looking like an old-ass 22-year-old? I don't know if she was trying to impress. If she wanted to impress me, she should have said 47. I would be like, not bad. What is your secret? Now I just think she's some sick girl. I like getting older. It's fun. I enjoy everything now. I enjoy sex now. I enjoyed sex when I was 20, but I only enjoyed it for like 5 or 6 pumps. Then after that, I was too busy trying to divide fractions and remember scenes from The Color Purple. Every young dude in here has a trick to not finish fast. It's not just me. Women don't have a trick. You finish whenever you want, and we don't make fun of you because we're nice people. No woman in here was about to early during sex was like, oh shit, think of Danny Glover, think of Danny Glover. That doesn't happen. There's books that teach women. There's no books that teach younger men how to enjoy sex better. There's no 50 Shades of Dudes. So I'm gonna write a book. I'm gonna write a book teaching younger men how to enjoy sex better. It's gonna be 2 pages long. And the first page is gonna say, if you feel like you got a and the second page, and the second page is gonna be a bibliography. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That's it. I'm dead serious. I wish I had that information when I was 20. I used to hold out. I don't know why. I never won nothing. I almost bit my tongue off twice. Now 30, if I early, so be it. Compliments to the chef. I don't even know why women would get mad. I'm a guy, I'm supposed to fast anyway. My is made of people. You ever try to stop 100,000 people from leaving a small area at the same time? It's impossible. They got places to go. I don't got riot gear. This is my children. What do you want me to do? I'm just saying, men don't learn, like no man learns about sex from a book. Men don't learn about sex from books. We're visual creatures. We learn about sex from watching action films, or porno, as you might call it. That's why we watch it. If your man watches porn, let him. He's not gross. He's doing research. He's finding out things that you might be into because that's the only way we can find out. You never tell us, we just gotta guess and hope you don't call the cops. If you would have told me before I seen it done in a movie that some girls like to be choked during sex, I'd be like, shenanigans. No way am I trying that bullshit. You're not getting me locked up. No, sir. That's why we watch it. People get uptight whenever I talk about porn. I don't know why. It's right there. How could you not watch porno? It's right there. It's like right on your computer. How could you not watch it? Like if two people were having sex right here, and I was telling jokes right here, how many of you would be looking at me? Nobody. It's right there. It's not a weird thing. Like, I get why people watch love stories. I get why you'd watch like a romantic comedy. Maybe that's your fantasy. You're like, someday that's gonna be me. I'm gonna fall in love. It's gonna be beautiful, and you wanna live through the characters. I get that. That's not my fantasy. You know what's my fantasy? I'm delivering pizza to a sorority, and they can't pay for it. People get so like afraid to be considered racist. I feel like people are so afraid to come off as racist that they're not honest anymore. You know? Like nobody wants to be honest anymore. Nobody just wants to say because they think people are gonna judge them. I'll give you an example. One time after a show, these people want to take pictures with me, right? White people. And I was like, sure, we could take a picture, that'd be fun. I was like, yeah, let's take the picture. So this white guy gets up, takes out his camera phone, and he snaps the picture of me. Now, when he snapped the picture, I noticed there was no flash. So immediately I understand, I'm not in this picture. That's not racist, that's physics. There's no way. Instead of him just being honest and saying, hey man, we gotta take this picture again because I'm not used to taking pictures of black people at nighttime. So my flash is never on. Instead of just being honest, I just see a bead of sweat trickle down his face, and then he tags me in a picture of floating teeth. Racism is a strange, I don't even know how you could be racist in 2014. We need each other. How could you hate black people? You need us, you need me. I'm black. We make shit cool. Just like we need white people.
If you're feeling lost.
Tell me to look for the light and I'll break your jaw.
I think we should get it wrong. When it's dark outside. Okay, I know, we're running out of time.
Welcome to directing Pedro.
If it's dark, look out.
Because you make shit safe. And we all need Asian people because they make shit affordable. So who It's true. It's true. That might be prejudice, but I'm prejudiced. I don't care. Prejudice, that's a sign of intelligence. Everybody's prejudiced. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but that's why they put covers on books in the first place. It's the whole purpose of a cover, man. Judge me, I don't care. I went to Tennessee one time. I went down south to do some shows, and sometimes people take you around and show you what to do, right, in the city. So this lady, she's showing me everything to do in Tennessee, and she goes, hey, Che, I don't want to sound racist or anything, but you've got to try this chicken restaurant we have. It's amazing. And I was like, why would that be racist? And she goes, well, because black people like chicken a lot. Which is a very hurtful stereotype for two reasons. One, it's absolutely true. Two, you know who else likes chicken a lot? Everybody with taste buds. Why is it only funny when we eat it? I don't know. How did that just become our thing? Why is that a weird thing that we like chicken? I'm seriously asking, because there was a guy that made the news, a professional golfer. He got in trouble because he told Tiger Woods, he said, I'm gonna invite Tiger Woods to my house and I'm gonna make him some fried chicken. And white people was like, oh. That is racist. And I was like, is it? What kind of thoughtful racist finds out your favorite food and then threatens to make it for you? It sounds hospitable. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if that's what racism was? Just white people finding out stuff we like and bringing it to us? How awesome would that be? If you was like in Alabama and the KKK just showed up on your lawn, like white chef hats with the eyes cut out, barbecuing. Come on out. I hear you boys like white meat. That'll be the greatest racism of all time, man. That one delighted me. I got prejudiced people in my life. I went to San Francisco. I told my friends, they all said the same shit. Yo, be careful over there in San Francisco. It's mad gay. Like I was gonna catch it or some shit. I was like, dude, you can't catch gay by just going to San Francisco. You can only catch gay in jail. And I think, I only know that because I watch Lockup on MSNBC. There's always dudes on there who's been sentenced like 20 years, 5 years in, they've had sex with other dudes. I've seen guys go 5 years without before. I've been to high school. At the end of it, I never heard anybody say, yo, you didn't get a date to prom either? Let's go Philip. He's in the shower, let's shank him. That don't seem fair to Philip. I went to San Francisco and it was cool because it was during Pride Week and they passed gay marriage that same week. It was crazy. It was like everybody was celebrating. You know what? Like, I'm for equal rights. And it's weird to even say that you're for equal rights. Like, that's a stance you can have in this country. You could be for equal rights. That means there's people out there saying, I think everybody should have the same rights as everyone else. And there's other people like, nah, son, I disagree. People get weird about gay marriage. I don't know what I don't care. Do whatever you want. Do it. I'm not gonna do it. Do it. I'm afraid to get married. I still think I might be rich someday. Whenever rich dudes propose, I feel like they're saying, hey, I bet you half my shit, I'll never cheat on you. That's what happens to rich people. They lose half their shit. I watch SportsCenter. Kobe Bryant's worth $150 million. His wife was gonna leave him in a divorce, take $75 million away because she had to raise the kids by herself. For $75 million, I would have raised Kobe's kids for half that shit. I don't even know them. I would have breastfed them and everything, man. I would have been a great mom. Michael Jordan, greatest athlete of all time. He lost $200 million in a divorce, then got remarried. That's how competitive Michael Jordan is. He lost $200 million and said, you know what, double or nothing. What are you afraid of? What do you think's gonna happen? Gay dudes get married. What do you care? I had a dude tell him, you can't let gay dudes get married. What's next? People gonna wanna marry animals? I was like, is that what you're worried about? Yes, probably. And who gives a shit? I don't. I eat animals. If you wanna one, that's your business. I'm pretty sure I'm doing the worst thing to it. Well, if I was a goat and you asked me, if you were like, if you were like, hey, goat, would you rather be chopped up in this Caribbean lady's stew or get blown by this strange farmer? It wouldn't be the toughest decision I made as a goat that day. I went way over the allotted time, but I had so much fun. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
House lights go. Copy that.
Tonight is the night.
Alan's on the move. Guys, have your tickets out.
What's going on?
Basketball is back. Watch the action live on a variety of networks with YouTube TV. Try it free.
Are you ready for retirement? Our free retirement planner shows you where you stand now and how you can meet your goals. Sign up today at empower.com.
So people stopped that had no business. There was a guy digging in the trash. He's like, who the bitch? There was somebody in a store that popped his head out like, who the bitch? One dude was riding a bike, minding his business. Skirt, who the bitch? Hold on, let me get off the bike and park this motherfucker. I need to see who the bitch is.
What's going on? This is not happening. I'm your host. I'm your host, Roy Wood Jr.
You can catch him on the Netflix series Disjointed. Give it up for Chris Red.
I'm from Chicago, where I was raised mostly. It's a big gang culture. Don't know if you heard. And growing up, man, I looked up to like the wrong kind of people because I was just like one of those guys who wanted to fit in with what I thought was cool. And who I looked up to was gangsters, man. Gangsters and pimps. They were the coolest people to me, man. They had like cars and shit, right? With women, money. They had the coolest outfits. Pimps had the limp. And I'm like, are they hurting? No, nigga. That's just swag. You know what I mean? And it was cool to me, man. So I looked up to that. My big cousin, he was like the head of some gangsters, and it was so cool to watch him do shit. And I was like, I want to be down with that. And I liked fighting too. I love to watch fighting, but I didn't know how. I had never been in a fight. The most I had ever done at this point was be in the mirror like, if that fist come, I'll be like, no. You're just stupid, because you don't know how fast fists move. Fists move fast. I don't know if anybody has ever been hit, but it moves fast, and then another one comes right after, like, this is my brother. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But my story is about how I lost my first 2 fights trying to be down. And I remember it like it was yesterday, because, we all remember the things that depress us the most. I remember when my cousins, they parked their cars outside, they walked up to my house, and they were like, yo, Chris, you want to walk to the corner store with us? And my cousin, real thug, 6'5", tattoos all over the place, tattoo tear in his face. He's not a killer, he's just a crier, but the nigga is real, And he was hanging out with so many gangsters, like 6 other dudes, and they were all gangsters that everybody knew, and they wanted me to walk to the store with them. And I'm like, hell yeah, dog, I want to walk. And I was so excited and terrified because these were dangerous people. And I don't know if you've walked somewhere with somebody you scared of, but you don't walk like a normal person. I know it's 1 foot in front of the other. I know how walking works. But when you're around somebody carrying a pistol bigger than your head,
you start thinking about shit. So I'm walking the streets like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. What's up, dog? I'm saying what's up to people I don't know. My cousin's smacking my hand out. Stop speaking to people you don't know, nigga. What's wrong with you? And then his friend was like, yo, what's wrong with your cousin? He's like, he retarded. So I finally got cool, right? Finally got comfortable. It was a long walk. So I finally like, oh man, I'm walking with the coolest guys in the neighborhood, man. I'm on my quest to be a gangster. That's right, I was on a quest to be a gangster. That's what I wanted to be. And then as right before we get to the corner store, right? This guy, he was about 20 years old. I was 14 at the time. He walked right into me, full shoulder, pow, right in the middle of my chest. Boom, hit me, right? And I knew he did it on purpose. But see, I have 2 parents. I was raised right. So initially, I wanted to be like, excuse me. But I felt like this wasn't the right environment for manners, motherfucker. So I didn't say that. But what I did say was, huh, which is not better. It was like I was like a weak ass James Brown, you know? Huh, you push me, huh? And that sound was very loud. The guy was confused and he thought I had said something, so he turned around and he said, "What the hell you say, bitch?" Now we're outside on the south side of Chicago. There's a bunch of people all around, and when somebody says bitch like that in the hood, everyone stops to see who the bitch is, you know? And so people stopped that had no business. There was a guy digging in the trash. He's like, who the bitch? There was somebody in the store that popped his head out like, who the bitch? One dude was riding a bike, minding his business. Skirt, who the bitch? Hold on, let me get off the bike and park this motherfucker. I need to see who the bitch is. My cousins, they were not fazed at all. They just looked at me because all of those gangsters knew they weren't the bitch. And I was like, holy shit, I've never talked shit to somebody in front of people before in public. This is my first time dealing with this. So I was like, that is not my name. That is not the way to talk to a grown gangster with an alligator tattooed on his face. I said that shit as if I was gonna pull out my ID, like, look, my name is Christopher Jarrell Red, and ain't no bitch in there, so. I could tell it wasn't the right way to respond to this man by his face. He was confused. He was like, the fuck? The alligator on his face was confused with him. And he slapped my hand, right? Because I was pointing at him. And he smacked my hand. Now, what I wanted to do was like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to do something cool, but what came out was, that ain't hurt, which it did. And you can visually tell it hurt because my face said, And he was like, yo, never mind all this shit, man. I'm about to fuck you up. And then I was like, oh, no. I say that in my head. I was like, no. But I realized I hadn't spoken yet. And my cousin was like, dog, you gotta prove yourself in front of all these gangsters. So I knew I had to say something, right? So I was like, that is not the outcome, which is terrible. That is not how you respond to people. I said that shit like I had some type of bar graph behind me. If you look here, this is you, this is me, this is the outcome, and they're very different. Class dismissed. I knew it wasn't enough because my cousin was looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He didn't say that, but his eyes said it. His eyes was like... So I knew I had to follow it up, so I was like, you know what? I'm not good at this. I'm gonna just say what he said because it sounded real good. And so I was like, no, I'ma fuck you. And before I could say up, he hit me directly in my throat. Like direct, it was a direct line to my throat. My Adam's apple checked out, nigga. I don't know if you've been hit directly in your throat, but a couple things happen. For one, your throat says, fuck it, and it just closes forever. Your spit is like, gets suicidal. It's like, goodbye, I don't need to be in the mouth. Dog, I got hit so hard in my throat that I had a limp, and that is not how science works. I was like, oh, nigga, I'm a pimp now. I'm halfway to my goal. It made no sense, and I farted a little bit. I did. I farted. Yo, I've never been hit so hard I fart. I mean, but my throat was closed, so the air had to go somewhere. I don't know. It was very embarrassing, man. But what was more embarrassing is this was outside, man. So people from across the street saw a very different fight than the fight that went down, you know what I mean? Like, yo, dog, what happened over there, bro? That was crazy over there. What happened? All right, so let me tell you. So the bigger dude was like, I'ma fuck you up, right? And for whatever reason, the little dude was like, I'ma fuck you. Like, why would you say that? So the bigger dude hit him in the throat, saved his asshole for another day, you know what I'm saying? And that was the story that went around the hood for like 6 months at least. And I was like, that's not how it went down. My cousin was very embarrassed. He had a reputation to maintain. And I got my ass whipped for the whole hood. He grabbed me and took me home under my arm. And there's no way to keep your masculinity when you're being grabbed under your arm by a grown man. I'm like, let me go. He's like, make me. I'm like, you know I can't, you know? Don't be... So he threw me in the house, you know what I mean? He was like, Chris, stay out these goddamn streets. This shit ain't for you, dog. All right, go to school, be somebody. But this shit ain't for you. You got hit directly in your throat, nigga. And you farted in front of everybody. And I was like, yo, keep it down. From who, nigga? Everybody saw it. And then he closed the door and I was like, no, I gotta avenge myself. But he was gone already. And usually, you know, when something like that happens, you're like, you know what, this isn't for me. He's right. I'm gonna go do something else. But I was a hard-headed kid with goals. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna learn how to fight. I'm gonna redeem myself. This is what I'm about to do. So the whole year until they asked me to fight again, I was practicing. Right? I was fighting friends. We would just be boxing, wrestling in the yard and shit, get my hands up. I would watch Bruce Lee because I didn't know what a boxing class was yet. Bruce Lee was the baddest motherfucker around, dog. You watch his tapes, he was beating 15 people at the same time. People waiting in line to get their ass whooped by Bruce Lee. And I was like, hell yeah, I want to be that good. I would practice all his moves, and I was like, yo, whenever I get in the fight again, I'm going to be ready. And it was a year later when my cousin asked me to come fight with them, right? He was like, yo, I heard from a couple people, man, that you got some hands now. You've been in some fights. Listen, we got to handle some shit, man. Me and some other dudes, you want to ride with us? I was like, hell yeah, man, because I got to redeem myself. And my cousin was like, don't ever say that again. Nigga, you are not a coupon. And he was right, I'm not a coupon. He's very right about that. So I jumped in the truck, and it was me, my cousin, and the 5 other dudes that was with us when I got my ass whooped the first time. So most of the conversation was about how I got my ass whooped the first time. Which sucks, because they're like, and this bitch ass nigga, I'm like, I'm right here, and I have a name. At one point, I was like, hey, this isn't good for morale, and they didn't know what... And they didn't know what morale meant. They thought it was a chick that wasn't giving me no pussy. So then they started talking shit about that for 10 minutes. Like, oh, morale ain't giving this nigga no pussy. Ah! I'm like, man, I wish I didn't drop out of 8th grade. But I just let it happen. It wasn't nothing I could do. Now in Chicago, we used to fight in these like old lots or these old fields so that police wouldn't lock you up for, you know, extended amounts of time like they do black people in America. So we could fight and go home. And, you know what I'm saying? It's before, like, shooting. Well, they're still shooting, but these guys would fight it out, right? And so we rode up to this field. It's my first time being in this field and shit, right? And I'm looking around as I get out the car. And the sun is set and there's flowers. I'm like, yo, this is a romantic place to get your ass whooped. Why are we fighting in an R. Kelly set? I don't want to get knocked out and fall in love, nigga. I didn't say, this is all in my head, though. I wasn't saying nothing. I had learned from my mistakes. I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna be tough the whole time. So I was grabbing my dick way longer than I should. I'm just walking around like, yo, what's good? At one point, the gangster was like, yo, what's wrong with your dick? Nothing, nigga. I slowly... He was like, you gotta make sure it's there? I'm like, shut the fuck up. So we waited. It's me and 6 other dudes, right? Now, 2 cars pull up, right? 2 4-door sedans. There was 20 dudes in these 2 4-door sedans. And I don't know if y'all do math quick, but 20 dudes cannot fit comfortably in 2 4-door sedans. That meant that these gangsters rolled to this gang fight lapped up, which it's not a gangster way to travel. That means that y'all were riding like, yo, we gonna fuck them up. You know what I'm saying, dog? You know what I'm saying? And the dude's like, yeah, but can you lift your butt? Cause you thick, dog. Why you twerking on me, cuz? 20 dudes, y'all didn't have one more car? But I ain't say nothing. And they pulled up, 20 dudes, clown card out the fucking cars. And they stretched along this field. The sun was behind them, and for a split second, I was like, are these niggas the heroes? Because they look like the heroes of the story. But I ain't say nothing, man. And as they walked towards us, everybody was doing whatever they do. I was sitting there holding my dick. I think I was holding it with 2 hands, which is so weird to do. Like, don't kick me here, you know. Then the guy in the middle, he was like, yeah, man, hey. Yo, we about to fuck y'all. And before he could say up, I was like, not again. I ran. Which had to be weird for the guys hear me say not again. Cause who does that? Who does that ever in life? Not again. But I ran so fast, everybody was shocked, like, where's he going? You know what I mean? They all had questions. I ran up to the guy in the middle, I jumped, and I realized he's very tall. So I had to bring it up here, bow, and I swung and I hit and I connected to his chin right now. Hitting somebody when they don't deserve it, it's an asshole thing to do. But when you hit somebody that's trying to kill you, ooh, it feels great. And I was like, oh, fireworks went off in my head. It was amazing. I was like, I'm the king of everything. I saw his spit fly. I was like, I know what that's like, you know? It was a solid punch, man. You know, it was great. And I celebrated. I'm like, yeah, I'm finally a gangster. In my mind, I'm saying this. And as I'm saying this, 4 fists hit me at the same time. And I don't know if you've been hitting unison, but the shit hurts a lot. One felt like it came from God, like you shouldn't be here. You know? And as I got hit at the same time, I yelled out, y'all supposed to wait like Bruce Lee. Like that's... Yeah, I yelled that dumb shit out. Yeah. And I fell to the ground. I think I knocked out for about 30, 40 seconds, right? I came to, my face fucking hurting, pulsating everywhere. But I looked around and I noticed that nobody was fighting because everybody was laughing at what the fuck I just said. These grown gangsters holding guns like, this nigga thinks he's Bruce. Yo, they're reenacting what just happened, like, who am I? Have you ever seen a good conversation and you try to laugh your way into it? That's what I did with this, like, right, that was crazy, huh? They pushed me away like, shut your bitch ass up. Ah! And after 10 minutes of them laughing at me, pointing, laughing, reenacting, and laughing, the gangster from the other gang was like, you know what, dog? Oh, that was funny as hell. Hey, dog, you know what? I forgot what the fuck we was fighting about. Hey, dog, let's go to McDonald's, grab some food, go get some drinks, man, and just chill, and let's talk about your cousin some more, nigga. And all I'm saying is I'm bringing communities together, so what the fuck are y'all doing? My name is Chris Red. Thank y'all so much.
Chris Red. Oh, man.
We always find our way back home.
Craft together something special in your home with Kraft Natural Cheese.
We always find our way back home.
What's up, New Orleans? This is Comedy Central Stand Up Presents. Please welcome Chris Red.
New Orleans, what up? Chris Red. Hey. Man, I'm from Chicago, man. I've been in LA about a year, man. It's cool. There's some differences. I noticed, you know, like the weather is fucking amazing. In Chicago, it's crazy. It was 20 degrees. In Chicago got real cold. That means I'm cold, bougie. And I experienced my first LA winter, and that shit was fucking adorable. It's like 70 degrees. Motherfuckers are wearing scarves. Double wrapped. Walking around like they own a castle. Take that shit off your neck. The sun is out. You know your neck is sweaty. Now you out here with a wet neck, endangering the world. People with wet necks make bad decisions. Hitler had a wet neck the whole time. They left that out the history books. But I love it now, man. I was in Atlanta. I love Atlanta. I love the A. Yeah, y'all get crazy. Y'all strippers don't stop twerking. That's crazy. I love Atlanta, man. I was in the airport for 5 hours because they got 2 inches of snow and shut the whole city down. That shit was amazing to me, man. People left their cars on the highway. They saw 2 inches of snow and said, fuck this, and got out the car. We're walking. Come on, kids. That is not how you deal with snow. And they don't have snow all the time, so they're not walking confidently in snow. So it's a whole highway full of cartoon characters. That is stupid. But I was in the airport acting a fool, man. I was smacking people. Y'all don't know what code is. Like, why you smack me? That's what Chicago wind feels like, bitch. Turn up. I like to say turn up after things I do wrong. That's great. I met this lady though, man. I was waiting there about 5 hours, you know. And I walked up to her and I was like, hey, Tanya, yeah, we've been waiting like 4 hours, man. You got any kind of updates? Anything you could possibly tell us at all when we'll get out of here? Yo, she doesn't answer me at all. She jumps right on the intercom. Thank you for choosing Delta Airlines. This is Tanya. Now, I know some of y'all got questions. I got questions too. But right now, we ain't boarding the plane because we can't find the captain. I don't know. I don't see him, so I don't know. So if you got any other questions, I'm gonna need you to be like Superman, lift in a Mustang and hold your horses. Thank you. I don't know why everybody's so mad about these 2 inches shutting the whole city down, because I shut down every time I see 2 inches. You hear me, bitch? And we are Facebook friends, because that was some gangster shit to say at your job. She was at work. Her manager, Todd, came out and was like, excuse me, Tanya. Yeah, Tanya, you can't say that on the intercom. And Tanya turned with no hesitation and was like, Todd, I've been working 16 hours every day for 7 days straight, and I ain't got no goddamn bonus. I say whatever the fuck I want. And Todd was like, I'm gonna go on break, okay? We're on break. I keep in touch with her though, man. I Skype her all the time. I Skyped her 3 weeks ago just to check up on her. It was her day off. I was like, yo, Tanya, what's up? How you doing? She was like, I'm good. I mean, these kids driving me crazy, but they mine, so they still here. Which I feel like that's the slogan for parenting. Like, I've never had kids be like, parenting, they're still yours, so they're still here. So we talked for a while, and then I was like, yo, go get the kids. I want to say something to them before I get off the phone. So she runs off, right? She was gone for 2 minutes. She comes back, and she was like, Chris, I gotta go. I'm so sorry. I left my kids at the mall. What? Tanya was so high, she left her kids at the mall. She was driving home like, they're so quiet. I'm so proud of them. They're not there, bitch. Turn around. You became a bad mother so fast. Love this, man. We're in some crazy times right now, man. It's good to see some couples out here. You in love? Make some noise real quick. You in love? Look at this interracial couple. Martin Luther King would be proud of y'all niggas. How long y'all been together? 3 months? Oh, so that's not shit at all. Y'all motherfuckers playing pretend right now, son. I like the first year. The first year is the most fun. Oh, it's so fun, right? It's most fun. It's not the most meaningful, but it's the most fun because both of y'all don't know how crazy you are yet. Y'all have no idea how crazy you are. The first year, you just play pretend. You do cute shit. Everything's cute. You do cute stuff, like hold each other all night. That's some fake-ass shit. No real couple does that garbage. And if you're with somebody past a year and they're still holding you all night, you were dating a serial killer.
Get cable-free live TV with no hidden fees or long-term contracts and 100+ channels. YouTube TV. Try it free. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
Go to Shopify.com and easily create a powerful online store fully loaded with all the e-commerce features to run, manage, and grow your business. Trusted by millions of businesses from around the world. Whether you're just getting started or taking your brand to the next level, go to Shop.
And they will wear your skin to the bank, just to the bank wearing your skin. That's crazy. I wake up when you wake up. How is that not insane? Have you been asleep? No, girl, you sleep for the both of us. That's crazy. You can't get all the way to sleep holding another person all night. It's impossible. She moves, you wake up. You move, she wakes up. She farts, you act like she ain't do it because you trying to be cute. Was that me? No, girl, that was Jesus. The sex is amazing. You can do new sex moves because she hasn't learned your fuck pattern yet. Every spouse knows how you have sex, right? Monday through Sunday. That's how weeks work, right? Yeah. But that first year, everything's in your repertoire. You know what I'm saying? That's great. And then after sex, y'all both sit there, lay there, holding each other all night in that wet spot, chilling like you both want to be there. You know that wet spot. Vagina juice, back sweat, little bit of hope. It's all that right there. And the people that are reacting, you're having great sex. You continue to have great sex. And the people that aren't reacting, you just found out you've been having terrible sex your whole life. And that's not my fault. Because good sex creates a wet spot. And if you're a strategic man, you have sex on her side so you sleep dry. And if you're a real woman, you make him switch because you run this. And if y'all a power couple, you have sex on the couch and make your friends deal with that juice. Moving to LA, some things that were very weird to me were the crackheads. Crackheads were very weird. Chicago, we have top of the line crackheads. Top of the line. Can't get better than them. I got to Hollywood, very different crackhead. You know? I was walking on Hollywood Boulevard, don't know if anybody's been here, but Hollywood Boulevard's where all the stars were at, all the stars on the ground. People, everybody who visits Hollywood goes there. Somebody was walking, right? Regular guy had a camera on his chest, so I assumed he was a tourist or a pervert who was not shy about letting people know. He put his whole human face on Marilyn Monroe's star to take a selfie. I'm like, yo, you got hepatitis A through Z now, fam. Get your face off that damn street. Where is your father? So as I'm yelling at this stranger, this crackhead walks up to me behind me, right? He was like, hey, brother! Brother, come here! I don't know why he was rubbing himself like this. I didn't ask him because I didn't want to know the answer. If I walked up to you and I said, hey, brother, how you doing? I was rubbing myself. Would you ask me why? No, nigga, you wouldn't. But I was looking at his eyes, but I was trying not to look down. I was like, hey, what's up, man? He was like, come here. He was already this close. I was like, nigga, you in my face. I took one finger and I was like, there's no more here for me to come, motherfucker, back up. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know space. Hey, pick a card. Any card. He didn't have a card in his goddamn hands, people. Not one fucking card. I looked down at his hand like, where the fuck are the cards, man? He looked down at his hand like he was surprised with me. Oh. Well, then I guess ta-da. You can't well, then I guess. You can't stumble upon magic. You're unprepared.